one of my favorite books, called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma, it states, "Stop judging events as either positive or negative. Rather, simply experience them, celebrate them, and learn from them." And it was such a profound sentence to read when I first came across it. It felt liberating for me to recognize that we humans are the ones who add meaning or value or importance to negative or positive experiences that are not necessarily inherently negative or positive. They were simply opportunities to learn and grow, which is essentially what life is. We're here to learn and grow, no matter what that looks like. That's how I learned that it is my choice on how to approach and view an event or circumstance, and that freedom to choose my own reaction to it felt comforting. Before I started my personal development journey back in high school and gained the awareness I have now, all I could feel and see as a teen was rejection. Rejection of who I was and what I loved. And because I grew up thinking that what I was personally interested in was highly rejected by my environment, I began rejecting it myself, and as a consequence, began rejecting me. But to my surprise, I still chose myself despite whatever conditioning I had as a child. Because I was so messed up mentally and emotionally, I didn't have a choice but to choose a different direction. A better direction, more aligned with who I had always been. I came to realize that I want and can make my own choices in life. Choices that are more aligned with my goals and aspirations. And not everyone has to understand what makes me happy. And not everyone has to understand what makes you happy. Rediscovering myself wasn't easy. After a long period of time of rejecting a part of who you are, you tend to forget who you were in the first place, prior to all the conditioning you had as a child. Which leads me to this. To be the person who you're always meant to be, the person who feels truly aligned with who you are, the person who feels right and feels like you've got to recognize and be aware of every limiting belief that was instilled in you when you were younger. Every belief and habit that doesn't feel or look right to you. Remember that limiting beliefs are there to limit you, but you are more than those limits. It is definitely not an easy process, but that's normal and completely valid. No progress is linear. Begin peeling away all the layers that were never truly yours. Begin by revisiting interests that you once had as a child or as a teen, or even as an adult. Anything that tugs your heart towards a direction, it is there for a reason. Follow it. Actually, now that I think about it, it feels like the majority have forgotten how to have fun and have lost their playfulness. They have become so disconnected from their inner child. They've become caught up in unnecessary affairs. I know I had pretty recently, but that's an entry for another time. So have fun with rediscovering yourself, my love. And remember, the only thing constant is change. Rediscovering who you once were doesn't mean you have to stay that person. It's about reconnecting with parts of yourself that you once lost or missed. It's about honoring who you once were and who you want to be, and discovering new aspects of yourself previously untouched by past events is also part of the process. And you always, always have the choice to choose which parts to keep and which parts to let go.